Hello guys, my name is Zubenathi Mkondo and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you to my returning subscribers and thank you to those that are on this channel for the first time. Thank you honey, and to become part of the family just click that red button that says subscribe. It's simple and you're part of the family. Thank you so much for joining us. As you can see from the title of the video, we're talking all things becoming, all things road to success, and I'm so excited that we are going to be joined by Bohlale Buzani on this episode. And if you guys don't know Bohlale Buzani, he is the founder of Kasi Meats, which is the first and only virtual butchery in the whole of South Africa. So we'll be speaking to him and his journey. So if you're interested to watch this, just carry on. Hey Bohlale!
Hey Zubby! Are you good? Are you fantastic?
How are you doing?
I'm fantastic, Zubs. I'm good, man. Hey, it's good to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh, thank you. I'm so honored to actually have you on this channel. You know, I've been wanting you to come to this channel. But this person is busy, guys. Always like, hey, let me just check my diary.
Hi, bro.
This month is fully booked. So
it's not that bad. Please take that back, Zubs. Please.
So, as I've mentioned before, guys, Bohlale is actually the founder of Kasi Meats, which is the first and only virtual butchery in South Africa. Like, what? Like, what? Yeah, you guys say you're doing the big things, and he's only, trying to think, 24 years old, actually.
Gonna turn 24 this month, actually.
You see, like, he's only 23. Let's say 23, actually. He's only 23 years old, and he is literally the founder of the one and only virtual butchery in South Africa. I say let's just take a step back, or let's take maybe 10 steps back. Basically, when you were growing up, what did you want to be? Like, we just wanna like see where did Kasi Meats come from? Do you get what I mean? So when you grew up, what did you want to be?
Sure, it's crazy. When I was in high school, I think that's when you start thinking of the future a lot. Like, not only in terms of wanting a nice house and a nice car, but in terms of what you're doing. I wanted to be an accountant at first, right?
Wow.
And then I got to matric and I realized, but hey, accounting needs me to be like in office the whole day. I want to talk, you know. So I then looked into quantity surveying, and that's what I went on to do in varsity. But for me, it was so conventional and it wasn't me, and I think that attributed to the fact that I wanted the qualification and I didn't really care if it was in alignment with who I am,
Okay.
So I think that's the flaw or misconception I had, but if you were to ask me, I never ever imagined myself, running a butchery at all,
And I'm thinking now with quantity surveying, even with accounting, I think I've shared on my channel on whether I go back to varsity or not, and just the background of there's always the more serious careers, lack of a better word to put it, but there's always those mainstream careers that kind of have to go for, or otherwise you're not taken seriously in society, you don't even take yourself seriously. So you just like, okay, I'm doing it for the qualification, I'm doing it for the recognition, I'm doing it, for the money also.
That's true. I mean, that's very fundamental.
So I definitely get you. And also, I say in your journey, you mentioned something about going to varsity and doing quantity surveying. So were you able to obtain that qualification? What did you do anything with it? What happened after that?
Yo, that's it. You know what, ne? Like, yo, I love how you're getting under my skin because I've never really asked these questions. You know, that's it. Like, I studied quantity surveying for the money and the title. And I think I remember even Kongo, when I was applying, I went on Google. I checked how much does a quantity surveyor get paid, you know? And I think Kongo, those motives then showed Goske Kukale into ingabiko as, you know, ingabindi, like it wasn't for me. Yabona into xa ingeyo yakho and yafostela. Yo, that's it. Yo, it really sucks.
It manifests itself.
Yeah, it manifests itself. Yeah, but so that was a big lesson for me, you know. So I went to NMU and I dropped out. I was recently talking to Omnium Dala and I was telling them, but I dropped out. And they were like, no, you just redirected your path, you know. And to me, that was amazing, you know, because I always looked back and saw failure until I actually realized, but I man, like, that wasn't failure. As a result, I think this is actually the first time I'm disclosing this, but right now there's a company that I have on the side. It's called Babalo Group. We're going to be commercializing a 3D concrete printer, and we'll be the first, right, here in the Eastern Cape, through the Nelson Mandela University. Yeah, bo.
Wow.
So I mean, those things are not to boast, when my friend, but just to say, but like quantity surveying, like it's not just for the sake of it, you know. Now I find myself in the construction industry and obviously having relations with NMU, but not as a student, as an actual dropout, yeah, bro. So that's
which is really, really great, because like someone would look at you and be like, oh my gosh, he's probably got so many qualifications. And I'm not dumbing down or saying that people mustn't go for qualifications, because that is really, really great. We all have different journeys in our lives. I think this is just to show that we all have our different journeys, and if you didn't make it the way that you thought you were going to be, it's still okay. And there's still hope, and you can still, like, it's not too late. You can still even go back to school at a later stage when you've found that thing that you feel like you're passionate about, and you could really just go for. So did you experience any challenges, man, along the way? Were there any breaking points that you would say that you experienced in the time of probably between varsity, dropping out, and now, you know, did you always know that, okay, now after varsity, I'm going to start my own business? What's next, you know? So were there any challenges that you went through, or any breaking points where you were just like, okay, in fact, it's over?
I was recently having a conversation with two friends of mine, and one of them said, yes, Bohlale, like, you know. And I was like, and then he was like, I remember when you dropped out, you didn't have a plan. And like, pity, what you so ne project kulisanani, you know. And
remember
right then, when people besas booze and still the NGO you come up with Casimids. Like, he was like, noba so panty, like, you end up, you know, coming up. And I think like, I could attribute that to God as a gift of a resilient mindset. I think when I say, like, the spirit that I have is one that doesn't give up, and I don't necessarily have to have it all figured out to start. And I think that's my greatest advantage. Like, I don't, like, faith is a strong component, like, in terms of my forging my success, so I didn't have it figured out. When I dropped out, like, I didn't have a plan, but I just knew like, I needed to seek my purpose. I think that's where that was my breaking point. My breaking point was when I looked at myself in the mirror, and I used to drink a lot. I used to, you know, you know, and I was so misdirected, man, and that really, it broke me, because I think but I've got a daughter, right? And with me looking at myself in the mirror, I remember asking myself, "Ba, is this the father that I want my daughter to have one day?" You know? And I think that was a turning point, because then I realized some hope, yeah, but no, man, it's not late. Like, I can change my life for the better. And I remember I stopped everything, and it obviously took God's grace, but I decided to change my mind, and I was like, I'm going to pursue my higher purpose. I was reading a book by Mark Batterson called Chase the Lion, and it spoke about chasing after God-sized dreams that are destined to fail without divine intervention. And that's all I've been doing. That's all I've been doing since. Yeah.
Yeah, you can walk. The spirit of resilience, and even if you put down, but just having that hope and saying, I'm gonna get up again. I don't know the way forward, but the most important thing is to actually get up.
Absolutely.
God is gonna sort out the rest. God is gonna provide the way forward. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. So under all of that, how would you define the word success? Basically, there's I feel like there's so many definitions of what success is, and it's often attached to materialistic things. Other people say it's internal things. It's always attached to money. And what you have and whatnot. So I'd like to hear from you, because this is actually most the topic of the road to success, basically. How would you define success to be, and would you say you're successful?
Hey, that's it. Thank you for that question. Yazim, that's it. For me, to succeed is to become.
Okay.
And it's more internally. I think what shows externally is merely a result of what's happening within. And my pursuit is so internal. Like, I have an ideal self-image, right? That I have and a holistic internal Bohlale, that's forged in terms of the character, the type of leader I need to become, a humble servant, someone who is principled, someone who values love, hope, humility, and all those virtues, that are not like our quasus born, and tangible. But nonetheless, for me, to succeed is to become who God has intended you to be. And I think that has a lot to do with conforming to the original image that He had created us to be. Like, an example I would make, you would say you love a flower, right? But loving a flower is not taking it out of the soil, because if you take it out of the soil, it will die. And I think that's what I attribute to my success. But if ever I'm able to measure my success, it should be who I am according to who God saw me as in the beginning.
That's so powerful. And also, just the last part of the question now, would you say that you are successful?
Yeah, dude, it's Dubs. I mean, dude, I'm breaking down mentally, there's so many things that are happening that are negative in my life, but dude, I'm succeeding in becoming a better person every day, with all those destructive habits, those addictions, those negative thoughts. I still might see myself being propelled towards my destiny. And I think that to me is really true and genuine success. When I can sleep, Zubs and Yazba, I'm content with who I am.
Wow, that is so powerful. And I think it's definitely a different way to look at it, in how we've been so accustomed, or how we've always viewed success to be. Thank you so much, Bohlale, for sharing with us your road, even if it was short, because bearing in mind time and all of that.
Yeah, amazing. I love it. Short and sweet.
Definitely got straight to the point. Thank you so much for sharing your road with us, and just sharing with us what success is. And I think someone watching this right now can be motivated. Maybe they're down and out and they're thinking,
Yeah.
bah, okay, I don't feel like I'm successful, or I can ever be successful because I don't have money, or I don't have the resources and whatnot, you know. And I think to touch on something, we always attach Dezumzekelo. If you want to do something, we always think you have to have money to be able to do it. When it just starts with you saying, I want to do it, getting up, everything else is going to follow. So money is not a big factor, and you don't. I think what I can say also maybe about myself, like using what I have. Like I don't have all the equipment that I feel like I want and I need, and the level that I see myself, but I'm trying every day, and I'm definitely doing or using the resources that I have. And at the end of the day, the job is getting done, and I'm slowly getting there, and I'm slowly achieving the things that I told myself I wanted to achieve without even thinking. So it's definitely so could we agree that it's a road and not a destination?
No, definitely, Mdasi. And just in closing, Yabo, can I talk?
Yes.
Okay. So just in closing, I agree with you and share the same sentiments. What's important is to start, you know, and understand that your start doesn't have to be perfect, you know. Sus matani sanabanya bandu. Understand that this is your journey, and what is your start is enough. And the best resource that you can ever have is yourself. You are the resource. Stop looking outside for resources. You know, you are the resource that can get you started. Yeah.
Thank you, Kabile. You've just sealed it. Thank you so much for joining us on this channel. Bohlale, and all the best.
Thank you,
for
Zubs.
everything that you're going to do, all your future business plans and everything, knowing that God is going to bless everything that you are doing. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much.
Bye.